And you can link that to detoxification. We detoxify or remove these layers of obstructions which obstruct us to the allness of who we are. And so this is what we're doing. Even on a physical detox, we're actually detoxifying ourselves spiritually. So I think if we can all agree to disagree, that's okay with me, because I appreciate your opinions, but I think our opinions should be backed by love and respect. I respect people's opinions, but respect mine too. We all have walked a certain path, and we see life in different ways because of the path we've walked. There's always this bully, and these guys that think they're so tough and they beat people up. But you ever notice there's always someone bigger and tougher? I know biker guys that literally kick the crap out of people and almost kill them. And then I see bigger guys come kick the crap out of them. There's always someone bigger and tougher. And I think this is also true spiritually. If we realize there's always someone that has had more experiences and knows a little more about, say, God even than we do, then we have to honor that. I certainly do. I listen to all of you, and you teach me a lot of things, and I hope I do the same with you. Growth is important. This is a buddy system because it's God lost in its own creation. Makes for good drama, but it also makes for pain and suffering. And that's the thing we don't like the bear suffering. We don't like to see other people suffer. Some people do. That's a real low consciousness person. There's no question. Still soul, still divine, but lost in creation. And so it's an awakening process. It isn't a knowledge and learning process. It's an awakening process of who you are already. You can't learn more than who you already are. You already are the supreme being. So it's hard for people to understand that, because certain religions like to isolate you and separate you and control the way you think. The morality concepts. I like ethics better, but divine love, you need to not think of either one, because you love and respect all life because you see it as all one. And that's the best. It's really the highest way of seeing things in creation and realizing that we're all part of that shattered mirror that, as put together, is the Supreme Being. And so that's why I love every one of you. And yeah, we get into our little things up and down about relationships and stuff, but relationships can make you grow or suffocate you. But it's okay if you want to be suffocated to prove a point. It's up to you. Me, I think freedom is the key. I want my relationships to make me grow and to make my love grow. That's the ultimate relationships. Sometimes souls just don't get along. They might for a short time, and then they just don't get along. All right? They're going on their own journey. Remember, they're alone too. They're going to walk down their own journey and find other people that'll make them grow. Isn't that the joy of it? If you love someone and you're not growing together, don't you want them to find someone they can grow and be happy with? And that's the way I look at that. Spiritually, I think that we're all alone. We live alone. We die alone. And the ecstasy of it is that alone exists. When you ever spend time alone, that's really the key. The key to really understanding yourself is lock yourself away somewhere for a while, like the old masters did. They were thrown in caves for months. Malarappa's got an incredible, I love his story. Malarappa, very powerful being, and lived in caves for years and years. A black magician locked him in dungeons for years. When you're that alone, you begin to understand who God is. So I did that. I went out and became a hermit in the woods alone. And the intensity of the joy and ecstasy that you begin to feel when you accept who you are and you begin to understand more who you are is really key. Creation is the chatter. Creation is all the chatter that are the obstructions that take you away from who you are. So true contemplation is finding that aloneness within the self. That's the core or the center. And that's really key. So have fun today. I know my time is short, and I would like to get to some of these questions, so I'm going to cut this video, and maybe they'll cut it, and then I'll get into some of these questions and answers. But enjoy who you are, and enjoy the uniqueness and individuality of all of us. Everyone on this side, I love and respect you, and appreciate your individuality. I love Love's cartoons, incredible. I love Man Full of Love there, Waterful. I love you. I love all of you guys. Keeping it civil, though, would be good. But I understand how, these subject matters can get intense before. I've been involved in some intense discussions myself through the years, but, it just doesn't matter. What matters is that you have your joy, and you have your ecstasy and your love, and you know who you are. It's your survival. These are survival techniques for creation, because it's essential that you survive this. If not, you'll be clicking down the same road until you learn how to let go. You'll keep having the same experiences over and over again until you learn what I've just talked about. And we all go through these over and over and over again until we finally let go and let God. We finally move into the eternal essence of the now, and we bow with humility to life. And that's what I'm asking you guys, to bow with humility to all of life as the knower of truth. You see me get stretched out a little bit. I really do more towards corruption than I do with people and their belief systems, but again, corruption is a belief system, I suppose. So you all have a great day, and lots of love to all of you in all ways. And keep the comments coming, but keep it civil if you can. All righty. Bye-bye. Okay. Now see if we can't cut this video. So Chris, let's see if we can cut this video now and separate that as spirituality number 3, I think, and put relationships on that one. Okay. So we're back again here, and let's go. I've got a few minutes here. I want to answer some questions here and try to get down that road, and I'll try to come in tomorrow early if I may, and answer the rest of them if I could. So let's go through these. And again, I hope you like that on spirituality and divine relationships. Your life is going to be what you make it. You either have fun and enjoy it, or life can be real hell. And I just got off a beautiful soul, just full of cancer, and it sounds like her life's a living hell. She's 70 years old, or young, shall we say. She told me, I don't feel 70, I feel 35. Very spiritual soul. But her family's tugging on her, and it's tough. We have to respect each other, whatever that means. So anyway, let's get through some of these questions here. Indiana Banana. I love that comment. God created the Garden of Eden, not the barnyard Eden. I love that. I never heard of something like that. That's pretty good. I do like that. Susan in Florida, yay to you too, my lady. Reiki, I don't care. Anything that makes you feel good, any energetic work, therapeutic touch, Qigong. I mean, there's all levels of these energy works. Of course, early naturopathy was heavy into radionics. I had to study radionics at my naturopathic school. But I love true naturopathy. Energetic work just really gets into the fundamental chemistry and physics of life. And my God, pure naturopathy should be taught across the land. This ridiculous concept of diseases and treatment is doing us in. Now, this person has been a couple of years now. No more colon spasms, feeling bloated, but my nails are getting ridged. Well, you might see some waxing and waning of the body structure during detoxification here. You also might become aware of a parathyroid weakness. Now check your underarm temperatures, see if your varicose veins or spider veins are gone, if you have them. You know, if you want, take kelp or some extra stuff if you want. If you feel like you could use some extra calcium and iodine together there, and see if that would help. Generally, I see a parathyroid here. So maybe you could dig deeper a little bit, sweetheart. You're from Belgium. So let's see. You can work on your parathyroid gland perhaps. I think a lot of times when we detoxify, we can set some things back for a while. There's no question. And sometimes the body steals calcium to repair something else. So, yeah, I do believe in a certain amount of, when building, I do believe in greens and the kelps and stuff like that, and alfalfas to rebuild the body a little bit. So I do believe in that kind of balance. I would say if you lived in the tropics and you had always access to great ripe fruits on the trees, you're not going to see anything like this. So I don't know, see how you go. If you're getting that from even fruits and vegetables, then your body's just probably shifting through some things, or you really have a parathyroid weakness. You'll have to look and see how that is. So thank you for joining in on the YouTube channel, sweetheart. Thank you, Belgium. Great people. This is a gentleman, I think a gentleman, oh, Susan. Sorry, sweetheart. 6-year-old lab. Oh, I love labs. I had a golden retriever once. I had him for 15 years. My best buddy. I mean, talk about a dog that can talk to you. These guys can they just look at you and you can read their eyes. I mean, incredible. Again, very high energy with anxious habits. I'm going to say that you're either looking with a little hyperthyroidism here. That is possible, or and now they're getting some fears like adrenals, anxieties, of fears of lightning and things. So typical to have the same weaknesses in animals, especially dogs, as humans. So you might work on his adrenal glands, his kidneys, his lymph system, and that'll help if he has a hyperthyroidism. It'll help to bring that down a little bit. Don't give him anything for the thyroid. I would address the adrenals, the kidneys, and the lymph system in this dog. Proof of that is his elevated blood and creatinine. There's these kidneys right there. So right there showing you the same work there. I would definitely, bring him into more of the adrenals. They told you moonshine yarrow. It's good for emotions. I use moonshine yarrow in the Oklahoma bombing. I was working with a mental health clinic that worked with all the paramedics and stuff. Moonshine yarrow, I've used that in emergency rooms. That worked good in the paramedics in Oklahoma bombing. It works good. But I would focus on this dog's adrenals, kidneys, and lymph system there. The 3 formulas I'd work on. Thanks for the question, though. We love animals. I love to pull. Dogs are great to get healthy. I could tell you some cases where the dog was old, couldn't walk, and this lady detoxified this dog. I mean, it literally went over. The dog was really coughing up a lot of stuff. But, man, this dog, it was an old poodle. And I mean to tell you, when she got done, it was like, my God, it became a young poodle. I mean, you talk about taking a poodle that looked 15 years. I think the poodle was 14 or 15 years old. I think it was a poodle. But this dog looked like it was 5 or 6 when she was done. I jumped back up on chairs, no arthritis. It was amazing. I kind of detoxified him kind of fast, though. I tell you, I went through a lot of detox symptoms, but man, did this dog ever look good. I mean, it was amazing. I should have taken before and after pictures. That was pretty good.